Hello, everyone. Welcome to KenCast. It's Saturday. It's a very special day. It's wonderful to see all of you watching live or on the replay. Thank you for watching. Of course, today you may have noticed we are launching the Save Silver campaign ad. We'll play that later. There's a link in the description. Please check it out. If you enjoy it, please share it, like it, subscribe. We want to spread the word that Terry Silver, not only is he not all bad, he should be released from prison. After everything we saw from the end of Cobra Kai season 5, we hope that true justice is done for Terry and that he is released and can be free to help the world through his philanthropy, his martial arts skill, and just his plain intellect and charisma. So everyone check that out. We'll watch that a little bit later. Today, we also should have Noah from Cobra Kai Karate, the channel. Looking forward to speaking with him. And we'll talk more about some theories. Guys, we don't have any official news about Cobra Kai season 6 yet. So we can just have fun and talk about theories. So it is great to see everyone. I'm gonna say hi, give a shout out to everyone watching. Hey, Daniel, great to see you. Kev Woods, wonderful to see you. Kev, Sebastian, thanks for joining us. Aurelio, channel member, thank you for being a channel member. Hi, Sensei Cole. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. If you consider me as a sensei, of course, I'm never as great as Terry Silver when it comes to being a sensei. Terry Johnson, wonderful to see you. It's nice to have you here. Lisa Barrett, thank you for being a channel member, supporting the channel. Hello, everyone in the chat. Flip the Script, Karate Kid video edits. Hey, everyone, great to be here. Great to have you here, Flip the Script. Looking forward to talking about everything happening. Tigterrysilverrocks, channel member, evening all. It's wonderful to have you, Tigterrysilverrocks. I also want to point out that Tigterrysilverrocks is an executive producer of this show. So it's great to have you here. Thank you for all your support. Clifford, hey Ken, how you doing? Ben Urban, wonderful to see you. AEH, Save Silver. That's right. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk a bit about that. And we're going to get deeper into this topic of Save Silver with other guests in future KenCast. But today is just it's a taste. Call of the Cobra. Wonderful to see you, Call of the Cobra. Nerd World. Oh, it's so great to see everyone. And also, if you're watching on the replay, be sure to leave a comment below the video. You can still join the discussion. I read all the comments, and all of us read the comments, and we want to hear your thoughts on everything we talk about today. Mate says, Terry Silver, yes, go America. Josh, wonderful to see you, Josh. Hey, Terry Silver and KenCast never die. That's right, we never die. We are here. We are absolutely here all the time. Lucas D, good to see you, Lucas D. Thank you for all of your thoughtful comments. Cobra Kai Underground, nice silver video. Thank you very much. Well, I just want to do the best I can for Terry Silver. And obviously, if he's going to be giving me funding, or maybe he's not, maybe this is just me. We want to do the best we can to make the world see the other side of Terry Silver. Emmett says, hey, sup, Ken? How you doing, Emmett? Sup? Good to see you. And so let's see, we are going to be, okay, so as I said before, we're going to be we'll talk about the Save Silver campaign, and we'll talk about some more theories. Hopefully Noah from Cobra Kai Karate joins us, and we will just have a discussion and talk about what you like. Last week we talked about crazy theories. We can talk about crazy theories today, absolutely. Or we can talk about what you think are legit theories. Happy to do that with you. Kev Wood says, I wonder if the show would really do this like they have a bunch of his fans break him out of jail instead of him breaking out. Vegas Bill definitely would help season 6. That's it. That's really interesting. This idea that Terry Silver in the show may already have a legion of fans who would go and try to break him out. I don't know. We can talk about that. We can talk about what would it look like. Is it possible that Terry Silver could get out of jail, or is he destined to stay in jail in the series? Or would the world see the truth that Terry Silver's not all bad, and other people maybe have committed crimes more serious than Terry Silver? We shall see. Emmett, good to see Emmett. Do you think Kreese and Kim would team up in season 6? Well, we definitely have heavy hints in season 5 that Kreese and Kim da-eun have a relationship, have a prior, maybe even stronger bond and relationship than Kim Da-eun and Terry Silver did. We had the flashback in where we saw a young Kreese training and winking, having a good moment with the young Kim Da-eun, who's the grandfather of Kim Sun-young. And then that is also the first person Kim Da-eun asks about when she arrives to meet with Terry Silver. She asks about John Kreese. So clearly they have an affection for each other. And I think if the stars align, they may team up. Who knows? I think that's a really, really great idea. Ben Urban has a prediction. Johnny will work with Daniel and Amanda as co-sensei, but also a car salesman at LaRusso Auto. He needs a steady income since he's going to be a daddy again. That's really interesting. Could Johnny do, and that's an interesting question. Could Johnny be a salesman? Could he be a car salesman? Or would he be too gruff? If cousin Louie can be a car salesman or work on a car lot, surely Johnny could too, right? Or would they have Johnny being more of a mechanic? I don't know. But I think that would be an amazing scene, kind of like how we saw Johnny as an Uber driver, and would he do better as a car salesman? But I like the idea of the LaRussos helping him out, giving him an income. That is, of course, if there's a LaRusso Auto that survives. That's another theory, guys. Sebastian says, Terry Silver is such a twist anti-hero, as the show wants you to think Terry's evil, when he also has some food in him too. It just requires attention to details to notice that he's not evil. Right. So, and this is humbly where I'm coming from on this. Obviously, the way we see things from the show, we see things from Johnny's perspective and Daniel's perspective. But take a step back. The show has done this brilliantly. We saw the world through Johnny's eyes, and we saw that Daniel may have been an antagonist. Daniel might not be perfect, right? So it's just that we've seen the Karate Kid films through Daniel's eyes, through Miyagi's eyes. But let's take a step back and look at everything. Try to look at things through Terry Silver's eyes. Look at how he has tried to do everything right. I mean, he's not perfect. He's going to fail. Maybe he shouldn't have beat people up and, done some things. But, at the same time, he is just trying to pursue his goal, and he's been successful in the past, of building Cobra Kai into an international brand, to try to give a legacy for himself and his old master, Kim Sun-young, and their fighting style, and probably additional meaning to his experience in the Vietnam War, in which he was a POW. And then you have someone like Daniel LaRusso, who decides single-handedly that Cobra Kai is not valid, that Cobra Kai is a bad thing, and that it can't exist. It has to be stomped out. Daniel's the one pushing this. Terry Silver gave him every opportunity, every warning to please just stop. But Daniel's the one who kept pushing. And regardless of what we think of Daniel, whether he's right or wrong, is it really up to Daniel to be the karate police for the Valley and for the world, and to decide what's good and what's bad? Is this something that Miyagi would approve of? I am not so sure. So really what we're doing here, on this channel, or all Terry Silver fans across the world, is basically saying, let's look at things through Terry Silver's eyes, and that he's maybe not so bad, maybe has a lot of great qualities. And conversely, maybe Daniel has some things he needs to work on. Maybe he needs to go to therapy, and, if justice plays out, it's possible Daniel could go to prison. Maybe he'll speak with the prison psychologist, right? I don't know. We'll see. Kev Wood's like, Kreese breaking him out would be cool. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if you would. Chosen is here. Good to see you. Sai, since I can. Great to see you, Chosen. It's always wonderful to see you. And ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Cobra Kai Karate himself, Noah. Noah, how are you? It's great to see you.
Hey, sorry I was a bit late. I just got home, so I apologize for that, but I'm here now. Ken Cole, thanks for letting me on your podcast. I'm a huge fan of your podcast. It's amazing, the KenCast.
Well,
So,
Noah,
Thank you.
It is great to have you here, and I have been honored to be on your channel talking about Terry Silver, and it is great to have you back. We have a lot to talk about. Maybe not so much news yet, but everyone, they're just wanting season 6. And the theories are going nuts. Everyone enjoys talking about the theories. So we want to talk about your ideas, Noah, for
Yeah.
season 6 in Cobra Kai. And then also everyone in the comments. Already we've got amazing ideas on what's going to happen. But Noah, before we get going, I thought maybe we can talk a little bit about some news, as we always do on the show.
KenCast News.
All right, here we go. All right, so kind of as I said before, not for, as far as the Cobra Kai series goes, not a crazy amount of news. I want to bring something up though. There's this site, uh, cartermatt.com, that does a pretty good job. Like they try to keep up with all the news and everything like this. And Noah, I wanted to get your thoughts. This is like speculation about a Cobra Kai season 6 premiere, and I'll just read a little bit of this.
All right.
Okay, so they say, at this point, do we just have to assume that we're going to see Cobra Kai season 6 premiere in early 2024? It's fair to wonder that, especially when you consider where things currently stand. Clearly, the first order of business here is rather simple, making it clear that there is still no renewal for the next chapter. It's starting to get strange given that we have seen so many other shows get a green light and not this one. There's still no immediate reason to worry, but that doesn't make the situation any less frustrating. It is this wait for renewal, though, that makes things all the more unlikely that we're going to see new episodes this year. We could be stuck waiting a good while longer, and the question is simply a matter of how long. And so this is kind of like the idea. Like there's this fear, we haven't heard anything yet. And
Mhm.
so when we hear something, maybe it'll be too late for 2023. It's going to have to be 2024. I want to get
Yeah.
your thoughts on, number one, are we going to get a season 6 or more? And
Mhm.
number two, when's it going to be? Could it be by the end of 2023, or are we going to have to wait until 2024?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's been basically confirmed that season 6 is happening. We haven't got official renew from Netflix, but it's definitely gonna happen. As far as release dates, I first thought December 2023, but now after the news you heard that they're gonna start writing around in February, I could see season 6 be coming out in January 2024 or even February 2024. Um, and they could still try to do the whole New Year's thing they did for season 3 and season 4, where it's at the way end or the right in the beginning. Um, that's what they did for the first 2 seasons. But one thing that a lot of people need to know that the creators don't get to pick the release date. It's all up to Netflix. So the Netflix, they get to give the release date. They get to give all that stuff, and it's a huge process with the writing, the filming locations, the actual filming, and then just the promotion, editing, sound mixing. So it's a long process, and I would say stay patient but stay excited. We're not getting a lot of news recently, but I think it'll be worth the wait, like every other season. And I definitely think I believe that this will be setting up the last season. I think season 7 will be the last season. I think this will be kind of like setting up the Sekai Taikai in a way, and season 7 will play more into Sekai Taikai, but we'll see what they do. So yeah, I think January or February is a good take, or maybe really late December is where I would give the last season. I mean, season 6.
You know, I would love that. I really enjoyed that New Year's time slot. Like I thought it was just a great time for everyone.
Yeah,
If people have school or work, they have off, they have time to sit down and just binge the series. We don't have like any other
yeah,
distractions. It's just a really great time. It'd be amazing to get back into that. And I am excited about that idea of there being 2 more seasons. That
right,
season 7 might be the end. And
yeah,
we want to talk about that because you did a video recently about the Sekai Taikai,
right,
and kind of going into that and your thoughts about that, and we will talk about that soon while we talk about the various theories. Now, Noah, let's take a second and just tell everyone about your channel. We've got a link in the description to your channel and your social media, but tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got interested in Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid, and what kind of content you do.
Thank you. My channel, well, I watched Cobra Kai, and the whole Karate Kid stuff around right when the coronavirus was happening and the shutdown. So I binge watched all that, loved it. It was when it was on YouTube Red, and it was just the last year of August, or 2021 of August. It was when season 4 was come out. I made this channel with not expecting it to be a channel. I just wanted to talk about Cobra Kai, and eventually just led to a whole bunch of stuff. So now my channel, the main thing I'll say is it's just a channel where I talk about Cobra Kai. I do all sorts of stuff, whether it's Fury prediction news, and I have my own podcast on there, which I do every week Monday, called Cobra Kai Network, and we bring a lot of fans on there. I will admit, most of my podcasts we end up not talking about Cobra Kai. We just sort of just talk about whatever, like basic pop culture. So Cobra Kai is the main idea of that podcast. But if you like to just talk about movies in general, that's what I talk about on that podcast. And the whole channel is just Cobra Kai related. And it's definitely been doing really good. I did not expect any of the subscribers or anything like that. I just want to talk about Cobra Kai because I no one else really talked to about it, because there's not too much fans that I know of Cobra Kai. So yeah, that's the main idea of my channel. Just news, predictions, theory, just giving my ideas and thoughts of the show, and just, theorizing, talking about the show and the universe. That's it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And everyone, again, check out the description. I've got links to Noah's social media and then also his YouTube channel. Go and hit subscribe on his channel and follow him. Lots of great discussion there, especially all of the Cobra Kai fans that are just hungering for some content now that we're waiting for season 6. Kim, it's good to see you. Hey, Cobra Kai family. Oh, my favorite villain of the hour, Terry. Hey, Ken, love the Terry ad. Just saw the short. Absolutely. And we will get to that in just a second, because I know Noah is a huge Terry Silver fan. So we want to get his thoughts. Ben Matello says, yo, Noah.
What's up, Ben?
And Ben says, love the Save Silver commercial. Thank you very much. Imagine Rejector says, I kind of hope we don't get the Sekai Taikai in season 6, kind of like what Noah was saying. Cobra Kai is not in a good state right now, and I think that needs to be settled before the tournament can happen.
It needs to be like set up a season 6. That's what I think.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said, Noah did this video, and I thought you brought up a really great point. It's like the Sekai Taikai, that's the biggest thing you could do. So that should really be like the finale
of the whole show. Yeah. And then on the tournament would be nice as well. So I think that should be it. Epic.
It just seems like it could be just hugely epic.
And finally play You're the Best Around. Finally play it in that tournament. I think they've been saving it for that tournament. I think that's what they're waiting for.
The big tournament. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think we're done with the All Valley? Do you think we're going to see the All Valley tournament again?
Yeah, I think so, because I don't see them doing in season 6. I think season 7 will focus more on the Sekai Taikai. So I think season 4 was that last All Valley, you could say. But you never know what could happen, but we'll see. But that's what I think.
Yeah. I like that. That's good. Okay, guys, well, I guess this is news. I'll just add this. So today we've got the new commercial for the Save Silver campaign. We'll be talking about this again over time, but I'd just like to take a moment, dear viewers, and show you the campaign ad for the Save Silver campaign, and we'll talk about it briefly afterwards. So here we go.
In times of crisis, great men rise to lead America. Men like Abraham Lincoln, George S. Patton, and Ronald Reagan. Another great man is Terrence Silver. A decorated war veteran, Terrence Silver has spent his life saving the environment, funding education, and creating jobs across the globe. Unfortunately, the enemies of freedom want to silence Silver and frame him for bogus crimes. We must not let that happen. Now is the time for all good citizens to stand up and save Silver. Call your representatives today and tell them to save Silver. Paid for by Cole Associates for a Free America. Show your support for the Save Silver movement with limited edition custom merchandise now available for purchase. Together, we can save silver.
All right, there we go, guys. Save
Wow.
silver.
That was great.
Thank you, Noah. I knew you could appreciate it. As Terry Silver fans, we look at the good in Terry Silver. We look at all his great qualities, and
Right.
some things just aren't fair. The way things shook out at the end of season 5, that's just not fair. I know I see
Right.
someone disagreeing. Chosen Taguchi himself, he's kind of getting sick over that, and he's saying #don't save
Yeah,
silver.
I think he's still salty after that loss of silver. He's still a little
Right.
mad about that.
Yeah. I mean, really, you're right. If Chosen's such a master, that shouldn't have happened. So
Right.
I understand Chosen. It's okay. But it doesn't mean he should be in prison, right? I think we all have to agree. Ben, thank you. It's quality. Yeah, thank you guys. It's #Save Silver. Tigterrysilverrocks, thank you, executive producer. Love the commercial. Save Silver, thank you very much. Winter JV, yes. Thank you. Mikey Graff says, there are tears in my eyes, delightful. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. You are a true expert. I cherish your opinion, as I do everyone watching this. Chosen's still a bit in disbelief about all of that. But so let's talk about this, Noah. Like, it just as far as Terry Silver, because he's in a bad spot at the end of season 5. Obviously, we're doing our best to get him out of that situation. We don't believe he should be in that situation. But what are your thoughts going forward into season 6 and beyond regarding Terry Silver?
Yeah, so for Silver, I think the first thought people have is him going to jail. But I think I mentioned in your chat one time, I actually don't believe he will go to jail for reasons like I think it will kind of just rehash the whole thing of John Kreese. So I think we could play out like 3 or 4 episodes of Silver in the court where he can do stuff where he can either pay off the judge or he could manipulate the judge or something like that. And I could definitely see Silver something doing like that. And as it is happening, I think Kreese. Well, I won't go into Kreese. So I'll focus on Silver and this theory right here. But I think Silver, when he does get out of jail, I think Kreese will eventually be teamed up with Kim Da-eun. And we know that Cobra Kai has no more students, so I think she'll actually bring in her own students from Korea. Kim Da-eun's own students to be the new students of Cobra Kai, and I think these should be the students at the way end. Like, these are the end villains, and I think these will be like really bad people. Like, I like how Cobra Kai, how they take some students and they show like how they are kind of good or have some bad backstory, and they've done that for a lot of characters, whether it's like Tori or Kenny and other characters like that. But I think for these new students coming in, I think they should be like really evil people, and these will be the villains that will be at the way end. And I think Silver actually will get out and go back to Cobra Kai. And one thing he'll be focused on, I think he likes to focus on his business, focus on that. But I think he'll take a little personal action after what Daniel did to him and make sure it doesn't happen again. I was talking last night on one of my videos where it's a really interesting theory where he could try to manipulate Tori or set trap, not Tori, Sam, because I think he knows that he cannot get Sam in Cobra Kai. I think he knows like that's not gonna happen. But so I think he's gonna try different tactics where he knows he cannot get Sam in Cobra Kai, but he's gonna try to manipulate Sam to do stuff more Cobra Kai like without her even knowing, or setting traps for him, or maybe like hire a bully like Mike Barnes to go after Sam. And I think doing that because he likes to emotionally damage people, not really physically damage. I think he'll want to get to Daniel in that way. He could do a lot of stuff where he could try to take down Daniel's business, or if Daniel tries to continue Miyagi-Do, he could try to take that down. I think we'll see a lot of stuff like that with Silver. And I think the main thing on Silver, I want him to just see him grow as a villain. And maybe I know a lot of people say like he should not get a redemption, which I do agree. Like, I get a whole redemption arc. But I think we could see something with Silver where we could see where that he maybe had the potential of being a good person, but now that's gone, and he accepted it, and he accepted that he's a villain. I think we could see something like that with Silver, where he accepts who he is and he can't change who he is. And I think that would be really interesting with Silver's character. And like I said, he's my favorite villain of all time. in cinema. Just
That's
because like it's 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 such an interesting character, and it's and yeah, just the way he manipulates people and the way he likes to damage people and go after people in such an interesting way, where it's not like a normal villain where he just tries to attack them. He really just manipulates them through pain, and that's really interesting with him. And yeah, so I'm really excited for season 6. Whatever the creators do, I think they'll find an amazing way to bring it. And Thomas Ian Griffin, I already know he'll act it amazingly. He's such a great actor, so that's why I see with Silver. I mean, I can't say anything like really, like I can't really predict the whole character from this season, but as far as my pinpoints, that I think that's what I would see with Silver this season.
I think those are some excellent thoughts about Terry Silver. I think a lot of that could come to pass. Claude Leon, thank you, channel member. Thanks for the super chat and supporting the channel. Hail Terry Silver's glorious victory at the Sekai Taikai. Yeah, here's when we're talking about the Sekai Taikai and Terry Silver's victory and Cobra Kai fighting there, and we've got Kreese and Kim Da-eun. Let me ask you this, Noah. Do you think it's possible that John Kreese and Terry Silver could make up, could fight on the same side again, could be friends? Or do you think things are so far gone that that's just never possible?
Yeah, I don't really see Kreese and Silver getting back. I've always been saying, and for the main part is because ever since even season 2, Kreese has been slowly going up this redemption arc. And what I want to see of Kreese is, first off, I think he will actually will join with Kim Da-eun for a while, because he said Cobra Kai is not the problem, it's Terry Silver. Now Terry Silver is out of jail, well, he's dealing with legal issues, you could say. I think he will join Cobra Kai for a while. He'll be in there for a bit. But with after he finds out what Kim Da-eun did to Tori, and after he starts teaching the students, Kim Da-eun's own students, a bit soft, or at least that's how Kim Da-eun will look at it. I think Kim Da-eun will actually betray Kreese, and we'll see a Silver versus Kreese fight where Silver will kind of ambush Kreese and just beat him up, and Kreese will get kicked out of Cobra Kai, and that'll leave Kreese with nothing. And I think that could lead to actually Daniel and Kreese teaming up. Where I don't think he'll
Oh,
actually
wow.
join Miyagi. I don't think he actually will join Miyagi though. I don't see him going in there with the geese or anything, but just being on the same side. Because I could see Kreese want to get one more chance to go after Silver. His first attention going in, he does not care about Daniel, doesn't care about any of that stuff. He just wants to get one more chance to beat Silver. Um and as he is in there, I think he might maybe start growing some more respect for Daniel, or start growing more respect for Miyagi-Do. And even possibly start restoring his relationship with Johnny, because the one theory I want for season 6, which is a little far fetched, but I think I do see it, is Kreese actually dying, defending Daniel, or dying in a redemption, because I don't see John Kreese staying as a bad guy. I also don't see him staying as a good guy. So I think the way to end him is him dying defending Daniel or Johnny. Um, and that could be the way to end up his character. But if that does happen, it would probably have to be at the way end of the show, because I can't see, like, if Silver kills Kreese, then there can't be a next season, because I don't think Silver can really, hatch that one. I think he'll have to really go to jail for that one. So, but I think I do not think Kreese and Silver will team up. I think that's really far out. I see more of it Kreese going to Daniel, or Kreese and Johnny teaming up, which I know a lot of people don't agree with that, because people think Kreese will never go to Miyagi-Do. He hates that stuff, and Daniel and Johnny will never trust him again, which I all agree with. But I just think with what we saw in season 5 of Kreese actually crying for Johnny and Kreese, and he definitely cared for Tori. There's no doubt about that, because he risked losing the tournament just for Tori, just for her to fight how she wants to fight. So he definitely cares for Tori, cares for Johnny. And I would love to see redemption with him. And I do want to see a Kreese versus Silver fight. That'd be really cool. It could kind of be like Daniel, where the first time they fight, Kreese gets, or Daniel gets destroyed, but they could fight again in a rematch where maybe Kreese could actually get the best of Silver. Because seeing those two fight, these long friends from like 50 years, now rivals, would be a really cool fight. That's one of my most excited fights I want to see.
That's cool. That's great. Well, you bring up this interesting thing about the villains and like what's going to happen. Well, villains, I guess we should say. Maybe they're not all bad. But so here's my question, and it's good to kind of think about this, I think, if we're trying to figure out what people are going to do. So, Noah, in your opinion, the character of John Kreese, if everything goes to the way he wants things to go, like whatever he wants, what would that be? What would be John Kreese's end goal? What does he want in the end, do you think? If everything went perfectly according to John Kreese's wishes.
I think definitely being in control of Cobra Kai. He definitely loves Cobra Kai, and this is his dream. So him being in Cobra Kai with his students, I think that's his main goal, is to be in there, no Silver, because him and Silver are gone, and I don't think that can be there again. And I think John Kreese had good intentions of Cobra Kai right after he got out of Vietnam. I think it was after Master Kim's lessons, which put him down the wrong way, a bad wrong way, where he teaches students. Where I think he did care for students. He definitely thought what he was teaching was right. He just didn't see how much it damaged them. And I think in season 5, he did realize how much his lessons did damage. So I think if he did join back Cobra Kai, he would train different. It wouldn't be like how it was in season 3 of Cobra Kai or season 4. I think it would actually be more of like Johnny in season 1 and 2. I think that could be our Kreese training now, because he now understands the damage it's done to the students, and he definitely cared for his students. There's no doubt about it. So I think, to answer your question, for him being his dream, I think would be on good terms with Johnny, good terms with Tori, and actually be in a dojo with Johnny, training in Cobra Kai, and just making it the best, biggest dojo, and just living the rest of his life with Johnny and building his dojo, which he believes in. That I could see. And yeah, I think that's what I think John Kreese wants. But if he does get kicked out of Cobra Kai by Silver, and after he goes in, I think his main focus will just be to get revenge on Silver. I think that'll be his main focus then.
That's interesting. Okay, so now if Kreese became in charge of Cobra Kai again, the dojo, we obviously have the Sekai Taikai, which is in the mix. Do you think John Kreese would want to, at this point, go the Sekai Taikai? Because he was kind of against that thought. That was kind of like Terry Silver's main idea. Or do you think he'd want to like pull it back and not want to compete at the Sekai Taikai?
If running the dojo, I could maybe see him want to do it, but if it's Silver running Cobra Kai or anything like that, of course he would not want that. So are you saying like if he was running the dojo, Cobra Kai?
Right.
Yeah,
So like
okay.
if he took over, say let's say Terry Silver, he's in prison, he doesn't get out, and John Kreese comes back and he could run Cobra Kai, would he still go forward with the Sekai Taikai if he had an opportunity to do that, or would he just keep it to the Valley?
Honestly, I think it was always his dream to expand Cobra Kai, make it the biggest dojo. So yes, maybe, but I could also see him wanting to stay, because if he just got out of jail and everything happened, he just got to take control of Cobra Kai, I think he'll be focused on students more than just hop right onto the world tournament. Because I think at least now he does care for his students more than he cares about
Mhm.
is expanding his dojo. So it's a 50-50. If he does take control of Cobra Kai, I definitely think he might go there, because that's been his dream ever since day one. He wanted to make this the biggest dojo, help kids and stuff with that. But I could also see him not wanting to do that, where he just wants to focus on his students. And it, if he does join Cobra Kai, I think he'll definitely go to Tori. Want to get Tori back, which I don't think. At first, I don't think Tori will just run right to Miyagi right away. But I also don't think she'll go back to Cobra Kai. Because I think she'll be mad. I think she's still kind of mad at Kreese, and if she sees her with he sees him with Kim Da-eun, she'll still be very mad at Kreese. So I don't think
That
he would really want to go to the Sekai Taikai if he's not there with Tori or any of his students. If it's all new students, I don't think he would be so eager to go that much.
Very interesting. Yeah, you bring up like so many amazing points about these characters. Very, very cool. It's just fun to listen to this and think about what's possible and what could happen. Clifford Favors, thank you for the super chat. What if Kreese goes to Mike Barnes because they both were betrayed by Silver? And this is a very interesting point by Clifford, because obviously Mike Barnes and John Kreese did train together in Karate Kid 3. especially at the end when they were preparing for the All Valley tournament, Kreese was helping Terry Silver train Mike Barnes. So they do know each other. So what do you think, Noah? Do you think it's possible that it looks like Mike Barnes doesn't like Terry Silver much? Do you think Kreese will go to Mike Barnes and try to pull him over to help?
I do think that is possible, definitely. Because if Mike Barnes is still out there and he's not fully in Miyagi-Do, which he could go to Miyagi-Do. I'm not really sure how Mike Barnes' character would really be in season 6. I haven't thought too much of Mike Barnes. I definitely think he will be in it. Because I loved him in season 5. So I actually think that could definitely a possibility because if Mike Barnes knows that Carice is, I mean, Silver is out of jail, and now that Carice is maybe if Carice is now on his own and he wants to get revenge on Silver, I could see that happening definitely, and that's it. And that's if Mike Barnes doesn't go to Miyagi-Do, because Mike Barnes could go to Miyagi-Do to try to help Daniel, which I could see him wanting to help Daniel and help Johnny feed Silver after what Silver did to him. He lost I'm pretty sure he lost his wife, he lost his whole business, he lost a lot of stuff towards that. So I think if one thing is, if Mike Barnes finds those Silvers out of jail, he'll definitely want to get after him, whether that's going to Miyagi or going to Kreese. Either one, he'll definitely want to go after Silver. So that's the interesting theory. I could definitely think it could happen.
Interesting. And kind of following up on this idea of Silver, Zeround says, how can Silver in any believable way be an interesting villain anymore? He is totally and absolutely lost face. Nobody likes or respects him anymore. He has no face left. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I certainly think there's more for his character that we have not seen, more on-fold stuff. I believe that maybe in season 5 he had a bit too much of an ego. He didn't expect to lose from Miyagi-Do. He didn't expect that. He just felt he was on top and nothing could stop him. Maybe to make him more interesting season 6, to be a more humbled and more focused Silver, a more evil Silver, a Silver that could understand what could happen, and I could see him going to way far more extreme measures. Just look in season 5. He was going to kill Johnny. He was like that was going to happen, and what he actually almost thought he was going to kill. You pretty much thought he killed Chosen. So if him now getting out of jail, wanting to get revenge on them, he could do a lot more stuff. And I still think there's still more stuff from his past, which are still untold stuff about Silver. So I still think there's a lot more interesting stuff with his character. I mean, the creators write it great. Thomas Griffin acted great. I think they'll tell an amazing story of Silver this season.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember too, especially with Terry Silver. He's a smart guy. He's a tricky guy, and it's possible that not everything is as it seems. We've been trying to say this, especially on this channel, is that again, look at the end of Cobra Kai season 5. Obviously, the show, you get a sense of, it's behind Daniel and Johnny and Chosen and Mike Barnes. But look at what they did. They're the ones who really committed the provable injurious crimes. They broke through his gate. They went into his home. They assaulted everyone. And their students broke into the Cobra Kai dojo, broke into the back room to try to steal data. I mean, these are big crimes. I'm just saying it's possible that Terry Silver's not the one who's going to have to worry about losing face. It could be some other people that it could come back to bite them much harder than it could come back to bite Terry Silver.
Definitely.
Just
I agree with that. I think Silver will definitely use what they did to break in his house, use that on them, where he could even edit it up, make it look really bad. He can make it look really bad on them, maybe put him to court. So if they try to attack him, maybe he could be like, I have all this dirt on you and I could put you in jail for a long time. And I think he'll kind of use that as like a backup plan in case things go wrong. Just pull out that and be like, well, I got all this footage of you that could put you in jail. So I definitely could see something like that happening because they still did do that. I don't think the creators are just going to leave that there like that nothing happened, like that just never happened. I think they're going to use that somewhere in the show. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like how you're thinking. I like how you're thinking on that. Josh says, I think Terry will not sleep in prison, but the cameras in Terry's house, Cobra Kai Dojo, will talk. Even Johnny breaking and entering the 2 old dojos in season 4, and he never went to prison. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there. Ben Urban says, I'd love to see Hawk win the Sekai Taikai, but I assume it'll be Robbie. That's interesting because everyone check out Noah's video on his channel about the Sekai Taikai. He kind of talks about this, but I assume it'll be, he needs a big win. I'm thinking they may hold off on the tournament until season 7. Really thinking along your lines, Noah.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Yeah, I mean the Sekai Taikai. One thing is, I believe it'll be the end tournament. The end thing is gonna be huge, and whoever wins, I think Miyagi-Do should definitely win. It'll be Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do, and it will be the way end. This is the end, so it's gonna be epic. And I believe they will still do the boy and girl division, kind of like they did in the All Valley. And I've always think this is what I believe. I think Robbie will win the boys and Sam will win the girls. For these reasons. For these reasons. Number one, a Lawrence and LaRusso winning the tournament. That'll just bring it full circle right there. I mean, I think in the tournament, Robbie should change his name from Robbie Lawrence to not Robbie Keane. Just having a Lawrence and LaRusso win as in Miyagi-Do, it will be so big. It'll bring the show full circle to have a Lawrence and LaRusso win. Where from 1984 they were fighting in the tournament, and now both their kids just won the world tournament and defeated Cobra Kai. And it'll be a redemption. And first off, I think Robbie should win. He never won anything. He's been for this insane arc where he's been bad, good, now good again, and all this stuff. And he's really going for this huge arc. And I think him embracing the Miyagi-Do and winning the tournament would be great. I think Robbie deserves that. I would still be okay if Miguel won because I'm a huge Miguel fan, and Miguel never really won in as he was like in Miyagi-Do. He won as he was in Cobra Kai, where he wasn't really truly his own self. He was doing no mercy stuff and stuff like that. So, and even in season 3, he said I need to prove it again. I need to prove I'm a champion again. So it could be Miguel or Robbie. I just think Robbie deserves it more, and I also like the idea of the Lawrence and the Sam thing, the Lawrence and the Russo.
Yeah.
And one thing with Sam, a lot of people want Tori to win, which I understand because Tori never won anything. She hasn't won a tournament, and well, you could say season 4, but not really. She didn't technically win that because she found out she cheated. So she didn't really feel like a champion, and she's even going for a huge too. So this is what I think they should do with Tori, because and this is a theory from Melissa. Because Tori, I still think she needs that winning moment. She needs that moment where she felt she won and she won the right way. Because we don't have that, it's gonna feel like her character is just a little incomplete. And also, I'll feel a little bad for her for losing to Sam wins and she doesn't get that winning moment. So here's I think how they could do it. After in season 6, they will actually after they found out that Terry Silver cheated, the community, the whatever it's called, they'll go to Sam and they'll go to Tori or they'll go to Sam and say, listen, you would have won this if they didn't cheat. Do you want the trophy back? Do you want to be titled as a champion? And I think Sam will actually say no, and she'll say she should win it, and she'll say why, because she'll say she fought with honor. Even when she was under Cobra Kai, she was the real champion. I think after Sam tells that to Tori, that'll make Tori feel like, yes, I actually did win that because she was under Cobra Kai's wing. She was manipulated by Silver, and she still fought the right way. And whether it was cheated or not, I think she deserved to win that. And even back to what Chosen said in season 5, I lost to Daniel because I was fighting against, not fighting for. I think in the tournament, I think Sam was kind of fighting against. She was really just fighting against. She was fighting Tori. But I think Tori was really just fighting for. Like, that was everything to her. That trophy was everything. Because it was that one moment where she could feel like she was a champion. So I believe that if we have that one scene of Sam saying that you won the trophy, you keep it, you deserve it, that'll be that winning moment for Tori. And then Sam winning the tournament, I would love to see that as well. Because Sam, she didn't win nothing that much either. We did see her win that one Sekai Taikai to get applied. But her winning the championship will be also great. But that's what I think it would be. And the main thing is just because the Lawrence and LaRusso. That's just I think they should definitely do that. I think that'll be a really cool way. So that's what I think with the whole Sekai Taikai winning. And I think it will actually last like 2 or 3 episodes. It'll be a huge thing. And I don't even think the last episode will be the Sekai Taikai. It'll be half the Sekai Taikai, and then that because you're ending the show. You have to end a lot of characters off. And um, one last theory I'll put out there is a theory about Sam. Uh, no, not Sam. Well, it's a theory of Sam and Tori of how their character will end at the way end of the show. One
Mhm.
thing is Tori should become a sensei. Because remember the original dojo that Johnny opened in season 1 and season 2? Silver never really used that, and Creasy still kind of owns the lease to that because they didn't. I don't think they even used that. They moved out of that. So I think if Crease
Right.
does actually pass away in redemption or something like that, he'll give that lease or whatever to Tori, and she will continue that dojo. And maybe she will change the name from Cobra Kai to something different because the whole thing of Cobra Kai. But I don't see Tori going off to college and live like a normal life. I don't see that. I don't see Tori doing that. I think her continuing a dojo, continuing the legacy of John Kreese, the vision of what Kreese wanted Cobra Kai to be, but he could never accomplish because he was kind of manipulated, not manipulated, but he was taught wrong from the stuff in Vietnam and also the sensei, so Sensei Kim. So just seeing Tori continue that dojo would be really great and fulfill the whole Cobra Kai or the idea that Kreese wanted. And with Sam ending her character off in the whole show, her going to Okinawa with Chosen to learn more of Miyagi-Do. Her going there to learn more of Miyagi, more of Miyagi-Do. And I've always wanted to see the Miyagi-Do students go to Miyagi-Do, the original place of Miyagi-Do. Maybe not all the
That would be
students. Maybe not all the students, but I think at least Sam. Or one more thing,
that
if they did bring them there as they're training for the Sekai Taikai, they all went there and started learning, and going to the original spot of Miyagi-Do. That'd
yeah.
be cool.
That would be exciting. I would love to see that. And speaking of John Kreese, we have him here. Sensei Kreese, thank you for joining us. It's always an honor, and we know it must be difficult because you're on the run right now. But thanks for jumping in and commenting. Sensei Cole, how dare you think I'll join Miyagi-Do? Cobra Kai never dies. Well, now I didn't, I personally, I didn't say that you would. I think that's just an idea we're exploring, and we don't know yet. Who knows?
Yeah.
You're in kind of a desperate situation right now. Anything could happen, right? I think you'd have to admit that, Sensei Cruz. And whatever you do, I know you won't abandon your sense of honor and duty ever. So I don't think it would be a bad thing whatsoever. John Kreese follows up. It's funny you think Cobra Kai will lose. It's cute. Cobra Kai never dies. Yes. Well, it's a valid viewpoint. Daniel says, I would love if the Sekai Taikai has a 2 versus 2 fight. That's something we have not seen yet. Tori and Sam winning together as a team. That's really interesting. A 2 versus 2. I mean,
Because
that's definitely,
the
yeah.
Sekai Taikai, one thing is not the All Valley; it's a different tournament. So there might not be like one champion. So if they had Sam and Tori win, then yeah, have everyone win. I'll be fine with that. I think because I think a 2v2 kind of situation would be really cool. I think that is
That
interesting. They'll do a lot of cool stuff in the Sekai Taikai, stuff we've never seen in the tournament. I even heard a few that people that there will be a sensei fight, which I don't believe that will happen, but hey, seeing that would be cool if they did do it, but I don't think it will happen. But you never know. It's the Sekai Taikai, it's the world tournament, so we'll see how they do that. But it'll definitely be cool. That's an interesting theory.
It is. And guys, I want to let you know that I have a leaked image from season 7 of Cobra Kai from the Sekai Taikai right here. And this is from the new kickboxing section of the Sekai Taikai. Robbie, of course, doing well. And as we can see, I think your theory is doing well. Robbie's doing well in the Sekai Taikai. So
Right.
yeah. Anyway. Oh, yes, I'm kidding. Jedi Knight's edit says Hawk 100% shouldn't win because he just won. Yeah,
I
that
agree
makes
with you.
sense.
I think the boy. I think Hawk. I think if him winning the Sekai Taikai would be a little weird because he already did have that huge winning moment in season 4. But I do think Hawk should get more character because he has been a little sidelined in season 5, and him getting beaten by him getting beaten by Kenny always made me a little mad. I think. I mean, I know it's for plot
It
reasons,
made a lot
but
of people mad.
it felt
Yeah.
a little undeserving for his character to have him get beat by like a new student from Cobra Kai, Kenny. So, but I think they should do a couple more stuff with Hawk because we need to see a little bit more of that because he was a little sidelined in season 5.
And we were talking a bit before about people who won. It's Cobra Kai World says the writers will find a way to make Tori's All Valley win legitimate.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good thought. She probably should have won anyway. Um,
Yeah.
Yes, so many great comments, guys, and I'll try to get to as many of them as possible. Tristan says, I like this theory. That's
What's up,
very
Tristan?
good. Let's see. Daniel says 2 potential Takai matches, Tori, Devin, and Sam versus 3 evil Cobra Kai students, Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk versus 3 evil Cobra Kai students. Interesting.
There'll definitely be some evil Cobra Kai students, definitely.
Oh geez, Josh, did you talk with showrunners once about Cobra Cole? No, not yet. No, that's totally separate. Though, guys, if you haven't seen Cobra Cole, check it out.
Right.
That goes hand in hand with the new Save Silver ad. I think it might make more sense,
Right.
kind of what I'm doing here on this channel. So definitely check out Cobra Cole if you're interested in Terry Silver and the Coles. And is Tom Cole related somehow? Is he related to me? Is he related to Willie Cole? And is Willie Cole still a DA who could help Terry Silver out with his current legal problems? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I know the answer to that, but Zaround says it's Robbie's turn to have a major victory. Miguel and Hawk already had their day in the sun, and Robbie has had the worst early life. Karma makes him deserving of the win. Yeah, it's interesting. So I noticed that we kind of talk about these things happening in terms of so-and-so, like a character deserves it, they should get it, that type of thing. Noah, do you think it's possible, though, that regardless of who deserves to win, someone else might end up winning?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it going to a lot of different people. The main thing I'll say is I do think Miyagi-Do should win. If it's the big end tournament, of course, I think Miyagi-Do should win. But yeah, I mean any character winning. I mean, I personally believe Robbie should win, and we could see how that goes. I mean, I'm not saying anything could happen. This is still all unconfirmed. So I think the writers will make the best choice. They've always have. I mean, I trust the writers completely. They done such a great job with the show. So whoever they decide to win, I know it'll be great. I mean, the whole show has been great. I mean, their writing skills in this show is amazing. I never see anything like it, and it's why the show's my favorite show. So they such a great job with the characters and how they interact with each other. It's so good. So I think whoever wins, it will be the best decision from the creators. I think that's what I would say.
Really good point. And Frank, we've got a lot of interest in who's going to win this tournament. Frank says, well, I don't mind if Robbie wins. Miguel is the new Karate Kid, and I think his coming back to win makes sense for the series overall. Robbie's already won. He got his dad back, which he wanted. Yeah, that's
I
interesting. What
I
do you
kn-
think?
yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I think another reason why is a good theory for Miguel to win because he is basically the new Karate Kid. He started this show kinda with Johnny, and he was there with Johnny all the way from day one. And ending it where you started it would be good, and I like that. And I think Miguel, after his whole injury in season 3 and his whole recovery from that, and winning that Sekai Taikai and the Miyagi-Do Gi would be great, and I wouldn't mind that. Um, but I still, in my opinion, I still believe Robbie should get it, but it could go either way. I wouldn't be mad if Robbie won. I wouldn't be mad if Miguel won. Either one, I think it's both great. Or even that one where they both could win. I mean, I think everyone could be a champion at the end. So, but either way, whoever wins or loses, I think everyone will be happy at the end that they're on the winning side. I don't think there'll be like any bitterness if they didn't get the champion trophy or anything like that. I think it'll all be a good thing. So I think everyone will win at the end.
Yeah. Lisa, channel member, Lisa Barrett, thank you very much. I would like to see Robbie win the tournament. Yes. Gabe says the wild card, give us Dimitri with the win. Hey, we have, who knows about Dimitri? He's wild. He is a wild card, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's see. Of course, we also have John Kreese. Thank you for continuing to watch the stream, John Kreese. I really appreciate it. Honored as always. Cobra Kai will win. Hashtag no mercy. So, but here's the thing. I think John Kreese could be right in that this show, the name of the show is Cobra Kai.
That's
And
true.
if you're going to have a series finale for Cobra Kai, wouldn't it make sense for the Cobra Kai dojo to win.
That's true. And I heard a theory a couple days ago that they could actually because it does seem weird because the show started Cobra Kai with Johnny starting Cobra Kai, but as the show progressed, it turns out something more different, which maybe the creators always had the idea, maybe they didn't. But I still think Miyagi should win. But the one thing like I said they could do if the show is called Cobra Kai, I think Cobra Kai should have a redemption where maybe like I said, Tori becomes the new sensei of Cobra Kai when it's all over, and she gives the redemption of Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai's been through a lot of stuff. I mean, they had Kreese in it, they had Silver, and they had Johnny, and I think I would love to see if the end of the show is maybe even Johnny going back to his original dojo, the one season one, and just continuing Cobra Kai. Maybe because he wanted to, if following my theory, if Kreese dies, maybe he want to continue the legacy of Kreese. That I could see that because if the show is called Cobra Kai, I don't think they'll necessarily win the Sekai Taikai, but giving Cobra Kai the dojo at least a redemption would be cool because the show is called Cobra Kai, ending on Cobra Kai with a redemption. Maybe something like that because. But I don't know if I don't know if I see him really winning the Sekai Taikai. I think that should go to Miyagi Do. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not the writer, so we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Marianella says, I think there will be several winners. I remember that Falcon said that the last winners of the Sekai Taikai had made a commercial.
That last the
Interesting.
winners. That's right.
Yeah. Darth Prodigy, what do you think about a possible gi design for Miyagi Fang? I'm half white, half red with a black strap. That's kind of a cool idea. Like, what would that look like?
I think it would be cool, and I would like that actually. But I think if it's the last tournament in like the whole Karate Kid universe, I would love to just see him with the original Miyagi Do gis, just like from the original Karate Kid, and just see that Miyagi Do gi versus that Cobra Kai gi at the World Tournament to end the whole Karate Kid universe, at least for now. I mean, they might pick it up in the future, but just ending the Cobra Kai show at least. I think they should keep the name Miyagi Do and keep it the original keys. I just like the idea of that original Miyagi Do versus Cobra Kai, good versus evil, going at each other at the Sekai Taikai. But if they did have a cool design for the Miyagi Fang, if I mean it would work as well. I wouldn't mind that. But in my opinion, I would love to see that original Miyagi Do geese. But that would be cool to see that Miyagi Fang.
Yeah, it's definitely grab at all the heartstrings, I think, for all of us, who are fans of Mr. Miyagi. And it's always amazing how the show keeps Mr. Miyagi's memory at the forefront. It's
Right.
really great. And so, Noah, again, I want to point people to your channel. It is down in the description. It is Cobra Kai Karate, as you see right there. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. I've got his social media down below. Really, it's been great, Noah, having you. Everyone, subscribe to Noah, and if you're not subscribed and you've been enjoying this, subscribe to my channel too. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything going forward. It helps us grow. It's totally free, and it makes you feel good after you do it. So, Noah, thank you so much for joining us today. And
Yes. Thanks for having me on.
absolutely. Now, do you have any kind of final thoughts going forward as we're in this sort of limbo time? We're not knowing exactly what's happening with the Cobra Kai series.
Yeah. I guess one thing I'll say is stay excited. I mean, Cobra Kai never dies. It's season 6 is happening, and I guess we should all stay patient. I mean, just think about it. Season 4 was a year ago, and that kind of feels like yesterday sometimes. So season 6 might not be that far away. So we just gotta stay excited.
Exactly. You're right. And that's proof that they can produce things very quickly. I mean, we've got 2 whole seasons of
That's
Cobra
true.
Kai.
I mean, other
Yeah.
Netflix shows, Stranger Things season takes like 2 to 3 years to come out.
Right.
We got 2 seasons in 1 year, at the beginning and the end in 2021. So I think it's an absolute win. I'm fine waiting a year. Nothing's more exciting than
Yeah.
the every day waking up, getting closer and closer, being in the community, especially when news starts to come out. Like I remember when the photos came out for season 5. It was just such a crazy day for everyone, and it was when we got the Mike Barnes official photo coming back. Like it's so exciting. So I think just enjoy the moment, enjoy being in the community, because It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely. And everyone, thank you for watching today. Again, be sure to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell for Noah's channel, Cobra Kai Karate, and this channel as well. Thank you guys so much. We look forward to seeing all the news of what's going to happen with the Cobra Kai series. And Noah, I'm looking forward to doing this again sometime.
Definitely. Yes. Thank you for letting me on.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Have a great holiday weekend, and we will see you next time on KenCast.